From choosing the right style to even knowing which brands are worth it, I know it's a lot to take in. So in this very video, I'll be teaching you guys on the essential elements of sneakers. And by the end of this, you'll be a step ahead in the sneaker game. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. And the first thing I do want to talk about is some sneaker basics. And in these sneaker basics, these are kind of be some easy, quick things for me to explain to you guys. I have the one and only Air Forces right here. These are the black Air Forces, and yeah, these are my pair of Air Forces I have right here. And I'm gonna kind of go over and explain to you guys the exact elements of a shoe. So basically, we do have the upper. This is kind of like the upper of the shoe. This kind of includes your tongue. You have your laces, and also I do want to talk about the laces as well. This is the lacing system. This is a certain way that I lace my shoes. You guys have probably seen a regular way that shoes are laced. It's not really like this, the point where your lace is barely like about this much on the sides, as you guys kind of see. But this is how I lace my shoe. If you guys do want to learn, I can go ahead and make another video, but I do have one on my channel. I'll try to put it up here when I edit this video. But with that being said, go ahead and click there if you do want to see how to lace shoes like this. Real quick and simple. But you also do have the actual collar of the shoe, which is kind of like the padding around where you go ahead and insert your shoe when you put them on, as you guys can see right here. And then we also do have the sole, you guys. This is the sole inside right here. If you guys kind of see in the camera, this is the sole of the shoe. This is where you get the cushion. And then last but not least, we do have the toe box, which is kind of right here in this area. So I kind of just want to let you guys know about those quick things because they are going to come full circle at the end of this video. So make sure you stay tuned and remember all the different elements of a sneaker. So that is kind of the sneaker basics I did want to start off with. And I do want to tell you guys how you guys can exactly go about finding your exact sneaker style. And I do want to say, you guys, there is not an exact sneaker style that you may come upon where you're just like, oh, I only like this one. Because even me, I would say I like lifestyle sneakers, I like athletic sneakers, I like designer sneakers, and those can all really mean different things to whoever you're talking to. But I do want to kind of go over some basics for those that are kind of new into the sneaker game and just want to get up on it and just get better at their sneakers. So with that being said, first things first I'm going to talk about is our lifestyle sneakers. To me personally, I would kind of say that an Air Force is an example of a lifestyle sneaker. Another one I would say is the Adidas Stan Smiths, even the Sambas. If you guys have seen them, they have been really popular recently. Or even probably the Vans Old Schools. I would recommend those shoes. I actually would. When I had made a video on those shoes are very comfortable on feet. And they're just like even though it's an old school shoe, I feel like it's just one of those shoes that not a lot of people are wearing in this day and age. But with that being said, that is our lifestyle sneakers. These are sneakers that you take out on like a lifestyle basis, kind of like a sneaker you wear day to day. But with that being said, we also have our athletic sneakers, you guys. I would say some sneaker brands that kind of have or are known for the lifestyle sneakers, or not lifestyle, but athletic, would be Nike. You got the New Balances, you got the Adidas even. And I would say pretty much all these sneaker brands out there have some type of athletic wear because I feel like they kind of dip and dab in like different areas. But with that being said, you can find some really good athletic sneakers from Nike, New Balance, and even Asics for sure because they are just well known for their athletic wear. So that is two. You have your lifestyle sneakers, you have your athletic sneakers. And another one I do want to bring to your attention is the streetwear sneakers, you guys. And streetwear sneakers can basically be anything from like your Nike Dunks, your Jordans, or just like things you see people wear with like streetwear. It can even be Timbs. It could be just all those different type of things. And again, I would like to say that these shoes are not subject to just be in this category. I'm just trying to simply name it out for you guys so you guys have a better idea of just what type of sneakers are for what environment. But for any means, you can wear these sneakers for any type of scenario, any type of outing, because at the end of the day, you just want to wear something that you like to wear and you feel good and look good in too. So that is the first two things we're going to talk about in this video And the third thing we're gonna go ahead and talk about is some key brands to know. I know a lot of you guys may be new, but I'm pretty sure you guys have heard these brands before. And the first brand I do want to talk about is Nike. Nike is known for their Air Jordans, for their Air Maxes, for their Air Forces. But yeah, Nike is a really well-renowned sneaker brand. And another one I want to talk about is New Balance. New Balance is another one I did talk about in the last section, but New Balance is another one of those sneakers that has been around for a little while. They make a lot of comfortable sneakers, a lot of sneakers for running, and sneakers that have just been styled recently. I've noticed a big uptick, especially in 2024. People are rocking a lot of New Balances. For example, you have the 530s, you have the 550s, which look exactly like the Nike Dunks. And we also do have the 9060s, for example, and just all these different type of New Balances. I have been seeing an uptick and a trend in those sneakers. So, yeah, matter of fact, you guys let me know down below in the comments if you guys are familiar with the New Balance wave. Let me know if you guys think this Y2K trend will be here in 2025. But with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about how we can go ahead and choose our fit the right way. So I'm gonna be straight up. I'm not gonna tell you guys exactly how to put a fit on, because I feel like a fit is different for each person, and I feel like whatever you like is whatever you like, and I shouldn't dictate that or change that. But there is definitely a way I can kind of construct you guys, if you guys do want a little guidance on how to go ahead and choose the right fit for a sneaker. And one thing I do like to say to people is that sizing does matter with sneakers, and I do want to go a little deeper on that and say that with a sneaker, you want to make sure that you're not naive to the fact that different sneaker brands have different sizing methods. And I feel like a lot of people don't realize that, but one thing I do want to say is that a Nike 8 may not be the same as, let's say, an Adidas 8 or a New Balance 8, just because their sizing is a little different. So I do want to say that for you guys, sizing is very important. I would say if you're still growing and you're still in these younger ages, I would say you still can get a shoe that is maybe like a half size bigger or a size bigger. I remember I used to do that when I was younger, just because you're still growing and your feet are still growing. But if you already know your shoe size, I would definitely make sure you know your shoe size for every single brand, as it may differ. But with that being said, that is something I did want to talk about for sizing. Now for your foot type, people sometimes have high arches, maybe have a wide foot, or whatever the case may be. I do want to say that certain sneakers, they kind of don't really tailor to that. Unfortunately, some people have problems with a certain shoe because they're wide-footed, and that is kind of the unfortunate thing. And I really haven't had to deal with that because I'm personally not wide-footed, but I would say definitely make sure you go ahead and try shoes on before you go ahead and buy them, because I know a lot of people do online shopping these days. And I do want to say that some of these shoes do not accommodate those with certain type of foot types. But another thing I do want to say is purpose. Purpose is a really big thing when buying sneakers. If you want to go ahead and buy a sneaker for running, you obviously don't want to buy a sneaker that is too big and bulky and heavy. You want something lightweight and that is going to be comfortable for a long time. So with that being said, you do want to make sure that you're buying the sneaker for the right purpose. And I actually on my channel have the perfect thing for you guys. So go ahead and check out my channel. I have a bunch of videos for the everyday scenario. I have sneakers for a lifestyle scenario. And also, let me know down below in the comments what type of other areas you guys would have questions on, or what other type of videos you guys like me to make for different types of scenarios or purposes. So on to the last part of the video, you guys, and this part is going to be a very important part of your sneaker journey and just making sure that you're keeping up with your sneakers. And you guys probably could tell by the way I'm talking about it, but you do want to make sure you clean your sneakers regularly, you guys. Here I have a pair of Air Forces that I've had for quite a moment, and I can't lie, I kind of used to clean them regularly. I don't know if the camera is doing it justice. They kind of look clean in camera, which they are pretty clean compared to other people's shoes that I've seen. But these shoes I probably would clean every time I would go out, but as you guys can see, the laces are indeed dirty. So I probably need to put them in the washing machine, so I need to actually use this tip myself. But yeah, I would say definitely make sure you clean your shoes regularly, just because you want to have a clean pair of feet at all times. But with that being said, some things you can use to clean your shoes would include maybe a toothbrush for those suedes, or even a cloth for like shoes like these where it's not really that hard to clean and it's not like you're digging into something really hard to get into. But I would say people say it's really hard to clean suede shoes, which I don't feel like it's too hard as long as you have a toothbrush and you can scrub it and get really in there. But maybe I'll make a video like that in the future to go ahead and put you guys on game. Also, I would want to say that when you have sneakers, I want to say it's a good idea to go ahead and store them in a proper area. I know a lot of people maybe just have their sneakers in a spot where it's just with everybody's sneakers. And I would say you can easily get scuff marks from that. You can easily just get people stepping on your sneakers. And that is not a good way to wake up to your sneakers, you guys. 'Cause I know for me personally, I've left my sneakers in an open place. And I've realized that when I do that, they're not only vulnerable to other people stepping on them, but you just never know what can happen in the spite of the moment. So I would definitely say if you can, they have those cool little storage spaces for sneakers. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen them. They're like clear boxes. I would say invest in those. It also looks nice to have all your sneakers laid out in the room. But with that being said, the last thing I do want to talk about is sneaker protectors. There's actually two that I can think about right now off the top of my head. And one, if I can find it, I thought I had it in this shoe, but it might be in my other shoe. And a sneaker protector can simply be, where did I put those protectors? Oh, I have them in the white Air Forces. Okay. So this is an example of a sneaker protector. This is kind of old and worn out, but it still does the job. As you guys can see, these shoes indeed are not creased whatsoever, and I've had them for about a year now. But they definitely do the job, and they do not have your shoes creased. So if you have one of those sneakers that cost a lot of money, or just a sneaker that you value a lot, I definitely would invest in one of these. You can get them on Amazon for like a pack of a couple of them. It probably won't be over $20 for sure. So definitely a good investment. Another sneaker protector I have seen that I believe one of my friends has actually is you spray on your shoes, and actually is like a casing around your shoes so your shoes don't get as dirty. That is a great investment. I've actually used it personally too on my Air Forces too. Like whenever I go over to his crib, he let me use them. But that is another good investment if you do have the extra money. But with that being said, that is kind of all the things I wanted to go over and give you guys like a little ideal beginner's guide for the people that want to get into sneakers. But with that being said, I hope this video was easy to follow. Let me know about some more video ideas you guys like to see down below in the future. So go ahead and click right here to go ahead and see some other ways or some other sneaker mistakes you may be making and how you can go ahead and improve.